Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here. Today we've got some pretty cool stuff to go through. We have a couple of cool Twitter updates. I just want to share a couple of cool follow-ups from the AMA that we did with Reese. We do also have the community update with regards to the weekly wrap-up. So there was some really good information that was consolidated in there. And we also have next week drop. Some speculation on that, pretty much confirmed, but I just wanted to share with you guys what I think it is going to be, because we are expecting the information to come out very soon, but we had, someone couldn't wait, so they just had to tell us what it was. So here we go. Firstly, on Twitter, now this is really cool. So some of you guys might be familiar with Kaki Gaijin already. He's the one who did the NFTs for the Ecomi team. So if you have a look at either Dan or Reese, for example, they've got these kind of digital art versions of profile pictures where they kind of melded together with DC characters. So Kaki Gaijin, he's going to be doing his final NFTs for the set, which is going to include NFT pirates, and also it's going to include myself. So I wasn't actually aware of this, that they vote for people to turn into NFTs. So thanks to everyone who suggested to turn myself to an NFT. So I'm quite looking forward to that, to see what that looks like. So I think that's really cool. And secondly, just on the community, so Shaq, he's the one who helped with the intro for the AMA that I did with Reese, so definitely check that out if you have not. But he's also gone and created a kind of follow-up to that, so I think this is really funny. Follow Mukshak Attack on Twitter if you are not already following him. So let's just take a look at that.
Run from it. Destiny arrives. Reddit. Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. I am inevitable. Reddit.
Okay, so he's basically, as Trevor has said, he's taken like multiple memes and just wrapped them up into one. You can actually see Trevor doing the running from T-Rex in the background. So I think that's pretty funny. So with the weekly wrap up, now there was obviously a lot of stuff that's been happening this week. If we just go straight for it, so we know that the Givenchy drop happened and the floor price for the rare has absolutely shot up. And what's pretty cool is both of the ultra rares, they're now around about the same price floor of about 450 gems. They were going for as low as 300. And the rare, which was retailing for 100 gems, I'm seeing the floor price of it around about 800 gems. So that is an 8x in a week, which is crazy. But that just goes to show that, when you've got the brand behind you, then these levels, they just go absolutely insane. The def has also seen a huge rise in the floor price, so it's gone up about 3x since the drop day when it was going for close to retail. And I think that's attributed partly to do with the Sandman Netflix series that's coming, which is going to feature def. But also, there were flippers just selling it for way too low, and now it's being bought up by the actual fans. Same with Harlequin, actually. Harlequin, the floor price of it's around about 90 gems now, when it was about, close to 50. And yeah, so the AMA that we had last week was also shared along with my interview with Trevor. My interview with Reese. So do check that out. It's on my channel. And Immutable is coming later, is coming earlier rather than later, so we can expect the range to be within next month to August when we fully move over to Immutable, and with that comes loads of advantages. So they have spoken a little bit more about that as well. But we are going to be getting accessories for our showroom, so that's confirmed to be in the beta track as well as showroom version 2. Now the beta track, I believe Dan very briefly touched on it in the AMA, but essentially they have beta features. They're going to be testing them out. They're going to get people involved. But if the team wants to kind of disclose how that's going to work, then we can always ask that in the AMA this Wednesday as well. Cover photos for showroom is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to in-app video. This is something I've really wanted, because I've had to use a janky third-party video app in order to record videos. So I am really looking forward to that. Gems to fiat, that's pretty big. So for those who don't know how this works, basically there's going to be, under the hood, gems being converted to OMI, which is then going to be converted to fiat, which is kind of like a way to get around the whole MTO issue. And yeah, so we know the big news was Marvel. That was the 12 out of 10 announcement, but there will be other 10 out of 12, well, 10 out of 10 announcements coming up. Let's just say Marvel was 10 out of 10. just to keep it in range, as Reese said. And Comic-Con is now less than a month away. Now, what I'm looking to do is, I spoke to Reese about this as well, is, so the last AMA, we were actually supposed to have Dan in there as well. I had like so many skits set up. I wanted to have Dan as Iron Man, because we had Reese as Thanos, and I wanted him to come on and be like, I am Iron Dan. Oh yeah, another skit I had was, could have had Reese as Thor, and I could have had Dan as the Dan Hammer, which was Thor's hammer, because there was a kind of a meme going around of Dan being called the Dan Hammer, which comes from Ban Hammer because he was just banning people. So yeah, there were quite a lot of skits I could do, so I'll probably have some ideas for Dan. Hopefully I'm going to try and do this planned out in advance so we do get Dan and Reese, and maybe we might have, someone else cameo, we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, in terms of the upcoming drop, Frank Kozik, he posted this a few days ago. He said, Labbit first drop next week. And we are going to be having a, the day before the drop, a clubhouse for Frank Kozik, which is going to be really cool, organized by the VeVeWiki collectible community. What I'm looking forward to is just what his drops are going to be. And most likely, like he said, is the Labbits, but there are a lot of these. I had a look. And yeah, there's so many variations, and I think maybe somewhere between 6 to 8 of these. From here I can see there are 20, so maybe about 6 to 8 would make sense. I think these are pretty cool. They kind of remind me of like unicornos, and these are the type of drops that I think are going to do really, really well, are the ones where there are lots of them, but they're very, very low price, so they're easily accessible, because these are the ones where, as a percent, they tend to see the highest rise. If you have a look at the Unicorno set, for example, as a percent, Ritmo saw, like 4,000% increase. If you look at Cryptkins Cthulhu, easy 10x there. Corsica from Mermicornos, 10x there. So as a percent, these low priced NFTs, where there's loads of variations of them, these are the ones that tend to do the best as a percent increase. So I'm looking forward to it. There are loads of others, so do check it out. But yeah, I reckon it'll be some from here. Now, lastly, what I did want to touch on is the price of OMI for today. So if we just go straight into it. Now, I drew this trend line a couple of days ago. I said this is going to be my support, and it is pretty much trading exactly in that range. So what I can do is, if I get a second trend line, and let's just say, just give it a kind of cyan color. Now, what I think is going to be happening next is we are just going to be continuing to trade in this zone here. And let's drop that about here. Okay, so in this zone, here's the point of resistance. I don't see us leaving this point until we get some more liquidity to do exchanges. Now, it's not just because getting listed on Binance is big, or getting listed on another top tier exchange is big. It's because right now I feel that if you have a look at the sell walls, it is concentrated. The amount of tokens being sold appears to be concentrated with one or just a few individuals that are mass selling tokens, and I believe that these individuals are currently have a look for it yourself and have a look at what's being spoken about in the community, but it appears that someone is manipulating the market. Now, I won't go into details with who it is, because you guys, if you just do a little bit of research into a certain individual, then you can start to learn and piece things together a bit more. But I'm seeing sell wars of 60 million OMI at a time on very specific price points, and it is going to be those walls are getting torn down over time, but I have no idea how much OMI this person has, so eventually they'll run out. But what I can confirm is these sell wars are not being set up by the founders. It is not being set up by the team, because their wallets are transparent. We know how much OMI they received, and we can just see their transactions. It's not being done by them, so at least that FUD is out of the way. It's being done by another early OMI adopter. If you want to know who it is, then have a look at some of the other channels. Poor Man Printing did a very good coverage of it. I believe there are other YouTubers who have kind of covered this as well. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to go through to you guys today. As always, please do like and subscribe to support the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.